Hey guys, it's Rodrigo Diaz Coloma, and I'm going to give you a quick overview about what I think about global perspective here in Module 1. I think I have a good experience in terms of seeing the classrooms and seeing different cultures in different countries and how they are ran and how they think of American educational programs and how we look at foreign educational programs. What excites me about teaching with a global perspective? So I think that we have a lot of attributes that we can contribute to um, our students in terms of allowing them to think globally through technology, through research, through um, different perspectives about learning with fellow students and teachers. Obviously, everyone has a different point of view, and I think that if we enhance our ability to um, use technology, use foreign language, use videos, use other viewpoints, I think we would be um, more of a global classroom than a domestic classroom. It excites me because I can actually talk about my experience within the classroom, about my military background and what I've learned. Um, I think everyone has different talents, and even though we are in North Carolina, I think that here in Onslow County we have a mixture of different cultures within the United States. So, for example, we have a lot of military dependents who come from different walks of life in the United States, but they also have the opportunity to go to Okinawa, to go to Japan, to go to Europe, to go to South America, or they come from South America, or they come from Europe, or they come from the Asian countries. And so their parents could give a perspective to them on how they learned and or have the ability to access those countries' programs. So in a sense, that makes me really excited, learning from other cultures' perspective, and um, and then also giving my perspective on how I saw their programs be successful for those students. What do you find worrisome or challenging about this way of teaching and learning? And what's the downside? So the only downside is that we would be too broad, and we would use too many programs or global perspective all at once. I think we should concentrate on what works best, what statistically is working for other countries that could help us advance in terms of math, science, um, and then um, to teach and communicate to other countries about our programs in order to fit their curriculum, and also by adapting their views into ours. So that to me would be worrisome, um, if they could adapt to us or if we can adapt to them. That would be um, challenging. We need to know what else do we need to know or find out. What additional information would help. So as teachers, we need to develop into a more deeper and broader educator to help assist our students into the world view of education and culture. Using other foreign students' talents and gifts will enable me to help our students be more educated and have worldly views. So those countries that or advanced in math and science could definitely help us um, in terms of how they do things. What have they done? What kind of technology are they using? What what in their language is allowing them their brain to comprehend math and science better, or what engineering skills do they have that we don't? What talents do they use that we don't? I know that in China they have more technical skills than we do, and that's why we use the workers, the factory workers, in our machines like Mac, um, in our phones. So what what are they doing right compared to what we're not doing? I think that's what we need to find out and what we need to know. So our stance or suggestion for moving forward, um, the more the more back and forth we communicate with other countries, um, the better we are. I wholeheartedly believe that the global education is the future of our education here in the United States. We must expand our theories and need for understanding different cultures. Many of the children and students here in Jacksonville have been to many parts of the country and the world. So, like I said before, a lot of these parents have the ability to move, and they do often move to either Japan or in Europe, or if they've been in embassy duty. If they have older children or if they have younger children, those children are able to experience education and culture differences that we have that we don't have. Um, we should evaluate those programs, those cultures that are farther advanced than we are, and then we should trade ideas and perspectives so that way our children can be better off in the future. Um, I think it's in the best interest of everyone to share information and to have an educational stance on why it is important for us to know how Japan does things, how China does things. Leave politics aside. It's I think it's great that students are able to go into different countries and do foreign exchange student. I think that students should be able to come over here and learn our culture, and we can at the same time learn theirs and how they do things. So the global perspective is strong um, here in the United States, and especially strong in Nassau County because we have so many different backgrounds. Even though North Carolina is not that culturally different than say New York or California or Texas, but I think that North Carolina is on their way up in terms of education, math, science, English, writing. So um, I think we're not being left behind no longer. So I think video for me is much more, much more better for me to speak because of my experiences and for my perspective than rather than writing. I like to speak, and I mean I always have great viewpoints, but I think I have a lot to share. Thank you for your time.